Hello, this is Si Wing Yi from the Yearbooks Network. Thank you very much for attending and welcome to Get Out of the Rat Race. So, without further ado, here we are. More Americans are falling into one of these buckets, or they are unemployed, they are employed but hate their employer. They are about to lose their job and they don't know it. This is what I call the rat race. Thank God for it because there is a better way. We are trained to be sheep, right? I mean, have you heard of the herd mentality, the blind leading the blind? Well, this cartoon is pretty much reflect that, right? So take a moment to look at this herd of animals. At the front end of the animals, they all fell into the ocean, into the river, and everybody else behind follow because they have no clue, right? They just blindly with no direction, they're just following the herd into oblivion, if you will. All right. So we are taught ever since we're small by our parents, our school teachers, whatever. This is the American culture, as you know, to go to school, get a job, climb the so called corporate ladder, and start a 401k. We are all trained to be workers, not to be successful. It is a deadly combination, right? A steady job is both a miserable and comfortable. It is the path of least resistance. Okay. So making something happen outside this system is scary, right? It keeps most of us in the rat race. Your employer will see to that. In the race, the best you can dream of is what? Becoming a manager at some point in time in your corporate life. So, the worst and best day of your life, right? One day, my boss called me into his office. He said, the two words the employee fear, you're fired. Donald Trump has a famous last word, you're fired. it was because it wasn't because of my or your past performance. No, my role and your role had been automated and outsourced. This is happening to millions of hardworking Americans across the country, especially as we move into the next several decades, right? With the dramatic changes in technology. So things are changing. A generation ago, right, the recipe for that we learned is go to school, right, and get a good grades, go to college, and be practically guarantee you a job for a lifetime with a good company. You work for one company, right? Climb the corporate ladder, retire to Florida or to the island somewhere with a lifelong pension and social security, which is not gonna be around for much longer. And the word pension, by the way, I mean, what pension? Pension is going out the window. Is employers these days are doing employee contribution flexible 401k plans. There's very few defined benefit plans and pensions out there unless you work for the government. And then finally, and then we died. All right. Hate to be so negative. The formula we've been taught is dead and is never coming back. All right. And again, the corporate ladder is all about automation and robots taking over in the foreseeable future. And also, and then the minimum wage, right? I mean, that's just working at a poverty level. And so that's what's happening. The Great Recession, there's a lot of, from time to time, each decade, we see economic cycles, we see inflationary times, we see, like even right now, the pandemic situation, the pandemic environment of 2020 and partially into 2021, we cannot control the things out there, right? It's very, very scary out there. We need to take back control of our finances for our own future. And of course, Social Security is gonna go bankrupt because the in next several decades, there's more and more millennials and Gen X population going to support the tremendous amount of baby boomers who are retiring and the seniors that are age 70 and above. And they are the fastest growing population. They're going to be living to age 100, who's going to support the social security system. So you get the idea. The government and corporations are not going to take care of you any longer. It is up to you. You are on your own. But there are good news, right? I'm not the bearer of bad news. There is good news. The idea of getting a job is a recent one, right? We used to get a training program, apprenticeship, and then some of us have the courage to start your own business. So security is finding and self-reliance is re-emerging. People, becoming more entrepreneurship these days, right? And with the advent of technology and computer, you can, of course, now you can work out of your home, and that's a changing dynamics of working in America these days. You can work remotely in your home, in front of your computer, and you could become your own entrepreneur as well. So here's the point. So are you tired of feeling like a pawn in a rigged game? So are you sick of being told what to do? I've been an entrepreneur for almost all my life. Well, half of my life I spent 20 years in a U.S. Army active duty and retired with a pension. I got really lucky. But the following 20 years, the chapter of my life cycle, I'm a real estate entrepreneur working for myself. So it's a great feeling to be not to deal with bosses, especially idiotic bosses that don't know what they're doing, and especially younger bosses that tells me what to do. I do not like to be told what to do. So I don't like bosses. That's why I've been self-employed entrepreneur in the past 20 years running my real estate business. So I have a lot of fun doing it. I can do whatever I want to do. I can wake up late, go, work late or not work at all, and I have no one to answer to, right? I don't have to ask permission at work. Oh, can I take a late lunch? Can I take a 2-hour lunch? Can I go to the bathroom or whatever? Or play the office politics, which I despised. I don't need to kiss up to anybody. I am my own boss. All right, so let's continue. I kind of got off track. So, are you tired of being helpless and weak? Are you want your creative powers back? Do you want your destiny in the hands of some sociopathic banksters crony capitalists and government goons? Do you think the government or Wall Street cares about you? The whole system is rigged against you. It's time for you to exit the system. The only person who cares about you to make sure that you and your family are provided for is you. The only company that will never fire you and will provide you a safe retirement plan for you and your family is your real estate company, your real estate portfolio, your real estate rental properties. This is your entity, right? Your portfolio or real estate investment properties is your real estate company. It is you are a entrepreneur. You are creating a separate entity to build your wealth and achieve your financial dreams and goals. So the only investment that can't be devalued whenever the powers to be feels like stealing from you or the investment that you personally control. Real estate investing, your rentals, you personally control, or your entity, your LLC, for example, you're controlling through your entity, perhaps. So, and the fastest and the easiest way to start your own portfolio of rentals and control your investments is what Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki call the first step to financial freedom for the average Joe. You are the average Joe. You are the average Joe. You are quote unquote, typically a mom and pop real estate investor. Better yet, you are a mom and pop real estate entrepreneur. I like the word entrepreneur better, right? Because you have control. You are a small business owner. You are self-employed. You do not work for others. Your real estate portfolio, if you do it right over time, will give you the flexibility and freedom to do whatever you want. When do you want to work? When do you want to do hobbies? And without worry about your W-2 paycheck, without worrying about corporate world where other people control you. You get the idea. So, and finally, what is that first step? Glad you answered. It is the Real Estate Network, Real Estate Turnkey System. That is the answer. And with that said, thank you so much. This is Si Wing Yi from the Real Estate Network. Good luck. Have a blessed day. I will see you on the other side. Goodbye.